You know what I find kind of odd? I mean, other than, like, dog shows and people who can eat with their feet. People who fight over something instead of fighting for something. This is Peyton, by the way, but you probably knew that when you downloaded this. There's a difference, you know, between fighting over something or fighting for something. Try to remember the last thing you fought over with, like, a friend, an enemy, whoever. And now, try to remember the last thing you fought for. Something that meant something. No comparison, you know? The Beastie Boys say you gotta fight for your right to party. The Chili Peppers want you to fight like a brave. Chuck D says fight the power. So, you know what the Tree Hill cheerleaders have been fighting over lately? Boys. Kind of weak, right? So, anyway, Brooke came up with a way to keep the peace and keep the cat fights to a minimum. By the way, stream of consciousness sidebar, the expression catfight is a little played out. And on top of that, what's with guys being obsessed with girls fighting anyway? I promise you, we're not going to suddenly stop and make out, okay? It's just get over it. Thank you. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, boys. And fighting over them. I don't know. Doesn't it seem kind of trivial? I mean, I turn on the TV and I see people fighting for human rights or people fighting for a bottle of water just so they don't die of thirst. And I think, at least they're fighting for something real. But fighting over boys? It's pretty lame. Unless, I don't know, maybe what they're really fighting over is love. Or at least the prospect of love. Someone to love. And if that's the case, then the only thing worse than fighting over guys is not having a guy to fight for. I used to have a guy to fight for. We didn't spend, like, a ton of time together, but you know the saying, the candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long? Well, that was us. And then he was gone. But before he left, he told me to move on. I guess he didn't want to burden me with the weight, you know, but it's like Tom Petty says, the waiting is the hardest part. But the heart doesn't have a kill switch, you know. Part of me is afraid I'll never find a love like that again. Another part of me is afraid that I will. I guess I wonder about it a lot. Would finding someone else be a betrayal of what we had? Would it make what we had any less real? And more so, am I kidding myself because I think that one day he'll be back? Because every time there's a knock at the door for a split second, I think maybe it's him, you know? Or I'll be walking down the street and I'll see some guy that kind of looks like him and my heart just stops. And for a moment, he's here. Jake. Anyway, maybe about now you're thinking, whatever, cry me a river. Is there actually a point to all this? Actually, there is, you know? At least, I think there is. I had a little friction with a friend of mine lately. Completely driven by me, but it's kind of starting to make sense to me now. Her name's Haley, and I guess she's Exhibit A in how you fight over stupid things when you don't have anything real to fight for. See, the thing is, I look at Haley and I think, last year she fought for Nathan. You know, she fought to make him a better guy. She didn't give up on him. Whereas I pretty much did when I dated him. Or maybe he gave up on me. I don't know. The point is that she saw the guy he could become and fought like hell to get that guy and to help him be that guy. And then for reasons that are entirely her own, she slept on that. And I don't say it to judge. Trust me, I'm really trying to let go of that. I say it because of this. I would give anything for the chance to fight for Jake. You know, Nathan isn't 1,000 miles away. He is one locker over. And she has something real to fight for. While personally, I've got... Wow, I was really hoping I could think of something there. Guess that says a lot, huh? Anyway, I'm pulling for them, Nathan and Haley. I really, really am. And the other day, I was at the Riverwalk and I saw this skater kid with a t-shirt. Had this Swahili warrior song on it. It said, life has meaning only in the struggle. Triumph or defeat is in the hands of the gods. So let us celebrate the struggle. I think that's right. You know, when you stop fighting, you stop living. We all need that thing that's worth fighting for. And I don't know, maybe it's a certain someone, a special place, maybe just an idea. So, to all of my fellow Swahili pod warriors out there, find your fight.